We, for the first time, are a sponsor of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Our theme is road tripping to College Station.
Yes.
And at the centerpiece is this vintage Jeep Grand Wagoneer that we're going to be using to road trip it around Texas and College Station. It's maroon and with wood paneling. It is so cool. It's very fun. It's going to be our little mobile, visitor center to an extent.
What's up, College Station? I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined by our marketing manager for the Economic Development and Tourism Division, Angie Bertinot. Hi, Angie. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Grace. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I am excited. There are so many fun things coming up that your department is working on that I am very personally excited for, and I'm sure our residents are too.
Love to hear that.
And it is your first time on the show, so welcome.
Thank you.
We had John Connor on before. Talking about game day weekends, but we're getting into the spring and summer season, which is just as exciting. So to kick things off, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. So I'm the marketing manager for the Economic Development and Tourism Department. I joined the team about a year and a half ago, July 2024, and it's been fantastic. I have decades of experience. I don't want to age myself, but lots of marketing experience. I came from Houston, Texas, actually, and so yeah, I'm just really, really excited to join the College Station team.
Yes, we are happy to have you here, and I'm sure it's quite a different market in College Station than it is, say, Houston.
Yes.
And I know we talk about all the time how unique our population is here, and your job is one of those positions where you need to find the balance of providing information to residents, but as well as visitors. So what is your favorite part about what you do?
Great question. Well, a lot of people think that marketing is super, super fun and so lucky to have this job. And quite frankly, they're exactly right. It is a lot of fun. I really love what I do. And I feel really fortunate that I kind of found a niche some 20 plus years ago doing destination marketing. And back when I first started doing it, that term probably didn't even exist, but now it certainly does. So that's marketing of a place or a city, or when I was in Houston, it was downtown Houston. And it's really cool because partly you have the inside track of all the happenings and what's new and what's coming, and we are so lucky to be able to share that with locals and with visitors as well. I really love the creative aspect of it as well. I don't consider myself a creative. I'm not a designer or a photographer or a videographer, but I do like being part of that process a lot, and you definitely get to do that in the marketing world. So yeah.
Yes, and marketing also takes creative thinkers.
100%.
So like you said, if you're not into the area of designing or photography, you still have to think creatively on how to get your message out to your audience, or
Absolutely.
In this case, our residents.
Yeah, it's very left brain meets right brain to an extent,
Yes.
where you have to still be very solution oriented. You need to be very tactical. In a lot of cases, as you know, in marketing, you have to be very budget conscious as well, because
Yes.
we're part of the city. We have to really track all of that. And so yeah, so it's really a fantastic blend, and I really love it.
Yes, and going back to the destination marketing, what got you into that field? Was it something that you knew when you were in school or starting your career that you wanted to get into? Did you kind of fall into it? How did that start for you?
So I was a marketing major back in the day, and I started working for a private real estate company in Houston that owned a lot of property, including a mall property. So they had this huge retail property and a lot of surrounding property as well that had retail and healthcare and a lot of mixed use office, residential adjacent to it. So I kind of organically fell into this world. Like I said, we didn't have destination marketing.
Right.
That's not what it was called back then, but really started getting involved in placemaking and experiential, not just your basic, running ads and PR. It was really all these pieces coming together. So it happened, with this job of mine, and then after that, I went to work for the Houston Downtown Management District, which was my dream job. It was taking all those components and doing it for downtown Houston, which was the heartbeat of Houston, and was really instrumental in making a lot of change in the 17 years I was there, and did a lot of really cool, amazing things. And so, I just got really lucky, I think, finding it, and I really have a passion and a love for it, and got to work with some really amazing people who were urban planners and architects, as well as people that are programming spaces and making them come to life, and some fantastic developers, because it's always, this stuff doesn't just happen on its own. It's really, it's groups coming together with common vision, and really making things happen and making an impact. So yeah, it's been terrific.
So how does what you do impact the visitors and local residents of College Station?
So on the tourism side, our core audience is visitors. You know, that's what we are doing day in and day out, is really pushing and communicating how amazing College Station is and why people need to come visit College Station. And visit is kind of a broad term. They could visit here for leisure purposes. They want to just come have a staycation, getaway, or maybe they're coming here for a meeting or a conference, or they're here for a sports tournament, or they're coming into Texas A&M University doing business, et cetera. So, that's a lot of different audiences, obviously. And so, that is really the focus for tourism, and with the ultimate goal of putting heads in beds, which is the term. So it's hotel bookings, and then of course all those people need to eat out in restaurants and go shopping, and we want them to visit attractions. And so it is so incredibly important to our economy here in College Station. So what we do is incredibly important. On the ED side, then it's a little bit more resident focused, and we want to be able to communicate to residents what's happening within our department, how they can get more information about what's happening, how this really affects their quality of life. And so, it's very different, which is one of the things I really like, is that they're very different from each other. But at the same time, we're under one umbrella, because they have similarities as well as in regards to how they impact the economy, because tourism is part of economic development, of course. It's kind of one goal for the two separate 100% functions. With different audiences.
Absolutely. So what is the biggest thing that you've learned since you started here in 2024? It's a short time, but I feel like it was a busy year for the city.
Absolutely.
So what is the biggest thing that you have learned?
Well, when you start any new job, there's some ramp up time. And for me, coming into College Station, which is a new city that I was responsible for promoting and marketing, I think the biggest challenge was just really learning College Station and what's our secret sauce, what makes us tick, what makes us special, so I can really differentiate College Station from other cities, particularly in Texas, mid-sized cities in particular. And then how do we then connect with people in these major markets that we're really kind of going after people to come to College Station. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's been a challenge, it's just been a learning curve to an extent. Also, what I did not do before was really work with sales teams on the convention and sports tourism side of things. So that's been it's been a change for me. So I've really wanted to learn more about that and really spend a lot of quality time with our sales team, who is an amazing group of people, and see how we can best support them. So over the past year and a half, we've really worked on developing new sales tools for them, and just really being able to support them in a bigger, better way.
Yes, and that is something that I feel like a lot of people might not know is a big area for Visit College Station, is the convention and the sports teams coming to play their tournaments here. you might not know it until you see them all going to Chick-fil-A on a Saturday or something like that. But we have some great facilities here. And like you said, the sales team really is integral in bringing those types of events to College Station.
Absolutely, they sure are, yeah.
And today we are going to talk about the outlook for 2026. There's so many exciting things coming up. The Savannah Bananas are coming to Kyle Field. I'm so excited for that. And just recently you put out the Destination and Insiders Guide.
Yes.
Which is a very helpful tool. I know before I moved to College Station, the first thing I did was I looked through Visit College Station's website to see what was there, what I needed to check out. So what is the Insider Guide and what makes this edition especially exciting for our visitors?
Well, I brought a copy just so our viewers could see what it looks like. This is actually our second edition. And, you know, over the past year, we've done quite a bit of work on kind of a brand evolution. I mean, we made little tweaks to our logo, but more than anything, we really created kind of our brand guidelines and a brand book about kind of a color palette and just from a design aesthetic. And then we also have spent a lot of time writing about College Station and what's our tone and voice, which is all part of branding. And so this new iteration of our Insider Guide very much has this new look and feel. So that was probably one of the biggest changes to the guide, is just the size. And we hope that it's more dynamic and kind of fun looking, because again, when people are picking up a guide, they want to be inspired to travel here, right? That's kind of our ultimate goal. And so we want it to reflect College Station and what a great place it is, how fun it is, but also providing just really good information for people so they can make a decision, or it can help them plan their trip. Or more than anything, it's almost like a little bit of a teaser as well, because there's only so much you can put. This is a 24-page guide. It's not some huge book. And so it then connects them to our website where they can get a lot more information. It also connects them to our social media pages, which is great because we have a lot of people that say they've made decisions to travel here or even live here because they follow our social platforms, as you know, and see what's happening within the city and how fun it looks, or how exciting, or what the quality of life looks like, and that helps as well.
Yes, absolutely it does. And how does your team decide what goes into the guide?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a little bit of a best of, and just because it is a smallish piece, you have to curate it. So you just look at, when it comes to restaurants and shops, we can't put them all in one place. They all exist on our website, though. So we have to go in and just do a curation, and we try to get some diversity in them. For shopping, for example, we really focus on our local, some of our really favorite local places, but we're also calling out that so many big name national brands live in College Station as well, because there's a lot of people that travel here maybe from smaller cities than College Station that don't have those. So actually going to a Target or a J. Crew or something like that is amazing for them. So we want to let them know that it all is here in College Station. And on the restaurant front, it's really, again, diversity, where you kind of have to choose the barbecue restaurant, and then you choose, maybe Southern, and, just to get a nice variety, different price points and things like that. So yeah,
but it makes it fun for your return trips, to say, oh, I went to C&J's this time, but next time we'll try Cooper's or something like that. Something to look forward to.
And in both of those sections, we actually provide a QR code that directly links people to our website, where they can get a listing of all the restaurants. And then also on the website, we have a lot of content of kind of where to brunch, where's happy hours, and some of those type of stories that help people as well.
Yes. And if someone only had 24 hours in College Station, what would your top 3 recommendations from the guide be?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think that any trip to College Station is complete without a tour of Texas A&M University.
Absolutely.
If you're not an Aggie, that is okay. Everyone is welcome here. But taking a tour of the campus is fascinating.
Yes.
I'm not an Aggie. This is not where I went to school.
Neither am I.
I just think it's so cool. So I think anyone who's interested in history or interested in architecture or just cool things, the tour is really, really amazing. And you learn a lot about the values of the university, which I think are very much the values of College Station as well. So there's just so many synergies. So that would certainly be one of them. I think I would send somebody to Dixie Chicken at some point in time. That is an institution. And so I definitely think they should experience that. And I guess I'd probably send them to the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum. Obviously, it's really our number one attraction in College Station. We are so fortunate to have the caliber of museum here. I think what's cool is actually Texas has 3 presidential libraries.
They do, yes.
Which is really awesome. And I've talked to a lot of people that, do all of them. And so I think that Texas is really lucky to have those. I know we are here in College Station, and they do an amazing exhibitions. So you can go multiple times and see new things in addition to all the fantastic memorabilia and history of the Bush family.
Yes, that was one of the first things that I did when we came to College Station, and I was blown away at the level of museum that it is.
Yes.
I had never been to a presidential library museum before, so I didn't know what to expect, but it surpassed my expectations completely.
Yeah.
And the grounds are so beautiful there,
Amazing.
Especially in the springtime. Like now the flowers are blooming or starting to bloom, and it is beautiful out there.
Yeah, it really is beautiful.
So what tourism trends are shaping travel to College Station in 2026?
I would probably, from a marketing standpoint, I'll stay in my little wheelhouse here. I would probably say, and this has been a while, experiential is probably one of the big things. It's, again, we're marketing to people via print ads and digital and social media, but engaging with people one-on-one, there's so much value in that. And I think doing it in a really unique, cool, authentic type of way is really what is trending. You see it everywhere, whether it's at the Super Bowl, if you go, and there's all these amazing activations. You go to Aggie tailgating, and they have the Fan Fest. I mean, so it's a lot of touch points of how can we engage with our audiences in unique ways. And so I think that's not only a trend, it's a trend that we're starting to do. And as 26 rolls through and onward, I think we're going to do more and more of that.
Yes, and how do you balance promoting the well-known attractions like the Bush Library with highlighting lesser-known experiences?
Yeah, I think that, again, all that information's on our website. So not just the big ones live there. Every attraction that we consider an attraction is on our website, and then we for example, on social media, kind of curate through those as well. I think the social platforms are great places to be able to talk about some of these smaller places and these more unique experiences and these hidden gems. That's the perfect type of content. And as you know, then also listicles and those type of stories are so popular, and we weave those into a lot of that type of story in the top 10 lists or where to go for whatever. And that information lives on our website, but we also then use that type of content in our paid advertising as well. So I think we do a really good job of balancing both the big and the small and everything in between, and being able to use our resources to promote and push it out.
Yes. So for 2026, what seasonal events or festivals are you most excited about?
Well, I think that 4th of July is one of the things I'm most excited about, because this year is America's 250th birthday.
That's right.
So if you hear the term A250, that's what it means, America 250. So I'm hoping that we'll have a really extra special 4th of July celebration this year. And I think there's a lot of other things that are happening around that as well, at some of the museums and at some of the gallery spaces that are really kind of leaning into A250. So I think that's going to be really cool and super fun. You had mentioned the Savannah Bananas. obviously that's going to be
Yes.
amazing. And then, of course, this year is also Texas A&M's 150th birthday.
Yes,
and so
that's right.
I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what they end up doing this fall, because I think it's going to be spectacular.
Yes, I am excited for that as well. We are both non-Aggies,
Yes.
but we can still appreciate
yeah.
the Aggie culture.
Yes.
And especially with the celebration, like 150
Yeah.
years, that is going to be so special.
Yes.
And Visit College Station is also participating in the Houston Rodeo this year.
We sure are.
So what are you looking forward to the most about that experience?
Well, this has been a pet project of mine, and it's been a lot of work, but we're really excited. We, for the first time, are a sponsor of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. We have this huge exhibit space right inside the exhibit hall, which is located at NRG Center, which is adjacent to the stadium. And it was a very strategic decision. First and foremost, brand awareness. So when people walk into the exhibit hall, I was just there this weekend setting up. There's this huge custom mural that we did, that Howdy from College Station. And then we have this really fun road map of some of the attractions that we talked about already that are located on this road map. Our theme is road tripping to College Station.
Yes.
And at the centerpiece is this vintage Jeep Grand Wagoneer that we have bought, that we're going to be using to road trip it around Texas and College Station. And so it's maroon and with wood paneling. It is so cool. It's very fun. It's going to be our little mobile, visitor center to an extent. And so I think it'll be great. It'll be a great way with us we mentioned experiential, to engage with people one-on-one, and not just Aggies, but everyone. I think are really going to have fun in our space. And we have a variety of different activations, and we'll be handing out merchandise, but more importantly, our staff will be on site for the entire 3 weeks, talking to people about College Station and why it's such an amazing place. And although it is very tourism forward, of course, I think it is also talking to people about why you'd want to move here, or why you'd want to go to school here are all going to be conversations we'll be having with folks.
Yes, and that is something that is very important. And I feel like oftentimes with our digital age and everybody being on social media, it can get missed sometimes from a marketing perspective of that one-on-one storytelling and engagement in person. It can make a huge impact. I know whenever I am with friends either in Austin or Houston and they say, oh, I've never been to College Station, I'm always like, oh, you need to come and you need to go here. You need to get lunch at the Dixie Chicken and then have a night out in Northgate and shopping at Century Square. So having that personal connection is something that is very, very important.
Absolutely. And we're known for being friendly, right?
Yes.
Our howdy hospitality. And so I think they're going to see that in spades over the next few weeks, which I'm really excited about. And quite frankly, the rodeo and College Station, that brand alignment is like chef's kiss. It's so perfect. A&M already has such a huge presence there with the scholarships and the students and the veterinarian program and the ag piece of it. It's just really spot on. And so, we're really excited. And we also, it'll be a great opportunity for us to host some meeting planners and some other people on site during that time too. So it's going to be amazing, and it's right around the corner.
Yes, coming up soon. And what are those dates for those who may not know?
It is March 2nd through the 22nd. Every day of the week for 3 weeks. The exhibit hall is open from 10 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. And our booth space is C1060, so come and see us.
Alrighty. Now back to the Savannah Bananas,
yes,
which
of
I know
course.
Everybody's so excited. So how did that event come together, and what makes it such a unique moment for College Station?
Well, interestingly enough, our Compete College Station sales team had been outreaching to the Bananas about wanting them to come to college, saying that this is such a great place. You guys would kill it here. At the same time, the Savannah Bananas had been outreaching to Texas A&M Athletics.
Awesome.
Because they really wanted to come to College Station,
Yes.
in particular play at Kyle Field. And so the two things were kind of happening at the same time. And so it was just great synergies. I think the Savannah Bananas are hoping this will be their biggest one game that they've ever had. It's a sold-out crowd, so 102,000 people going in for that ball game. So that's really exciting. We love to break records here in College Station, right? So this hopefully will be one of them. But it would not be happening without the city of College Station. Of course, it wouldn't be happening without Texas A&M University as well. So it's a great, again, I think, example of the collaboration, the very close collaboration that the city and the university has working together. It's just makes magic happen.
So what do you think our visitors are going to enjoy most about the Savannah Bananas experience compared to a traditional sporting event or an A&M game that they would see at Kyle Field?
Well, I've never seen them in person, but so I don't think you normally see all the tricks and crazy, obviously, and dancing that happens. And so I think one of the great things is that they do have some type of, I wouldn't call it a fan fest necessarily, but something does happen outside of Kyle Field pregame. And so I do think there is an opportunity for folks that don't have tickets to still come and really join the fun. One of the things that we'll be doing is outreaching to businesses and have them send us any information they may have. We're going to encourage people to do, whether it's a banana-themed daiquiris or drinks or special food items or banana splits at the local ice cream parlors, or just really fun things that just to get the city super involved, excited. We want to be kind of crazy, just like the Bananas are crazy as well. So I think it'll be a blast. And again, seeing an event like that in people's beloved Kyle Field is really kind of a once in a lifetime experience.
Yes, and it is, we need more joy in the world.
There we go.
And it is a very joyous experience.
100%.
So looking toward Northgate, what does the reopening of Harry's Northgate mean for the local nightlife scene and visitor experience here in College Station?
Yeah, Harry's Northgate is such a great addition. I think we've heard from a lot of locals and residents that have really bemoaned the loss of some of our live music places and dance halls. And so the fact that, and then when Harry's closed, it was just kind of, I think people felt a little bit of the nail in the coffin. And so for them to come back, in a sense, it's a slightly different ownership group, but for them to open a new location in Northgate is just, I think everyone's so excited about it. We love that it's in Northgate because, of course, that is our entertainment district.
Yes.
For lack of a better word. And so I think having that component really complements all the other things that are in Northgate while still having a bit of a different thing that happens, right? Because they do live music in addition to karaoke nights, and you can dance. You can't do that anywhere else in Northgate. So it's a huge compliment. It's what we would kind of consider an anchor of Northgate as well. And when you have strong anchors and businesses that are doing well, that just attracts more businesses, as also. And so we're hoping it's also a catalyst for the area.
Yes, and it is one of those things with the Northgate Small Area Plan.
Yes.
We take the feedback from our residents, and Northgate is a special place that is very near and dear to so many of our residents as well as visitors' hearts. So listening to that feedback is something that our economic development team, as well as the planning and development and the city as a whole, really takes to heart. Everything that we do, we are public servants, is for our residents and our visitors as well, in your case. So we do want to listen and we want to hear feedback. And Harry's is one of those fixtures that I know a lot of people couldn't imagine a College Station or a Northgate without it.
Yeah, exactly. They're still working in the space, but looking at a spring opening.
Yay,
so stay tuned.
Exciting.
Yes.
Okay, before we go, we have a fun game of word associations, all related to College Station. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. One place every visitor should experience at least once in College Station.
Well, this is probably an expected answer, but I'd say Texas A&M University.
Okay. A local hidden gem more people should know about.
I think the Museum of the American GI.
Yes.
I love that place. And it's not the most fancy museum. It's actually in a big metal building in Southern College Station.
Right next to Santa's Wonderland.
Right before you get to Santa's. But it is so cool. Leisha and Brent Mullins have done who are two of the founders, have done an amazing job. They've restored a lot of the vehicles themselves, and there's all kinds of memorabilia, uniforms. It's just so interesting. And they also have an unofficial little mascot. It's their corgi named Annie, and who I love. I have a corgi as well. And so, yeah. Annie's an extra bonus when you go to the Museum of the American GI.
Yes, definitely check that out. Favorite season to visit College Station?
I would say for me, fall is the best. I think that when the students come back, summer is a little sleepy. It's fun, and there's lots of sporting events that happen. Yeah. But I think there's an energy when the students come back in the fall. And SEC football, you can't beat it. It's pretty awesome.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
A College Station experience that feels the most local.
Dixie chicken.
Yes. And finally, describe College Station in one word.
Howdy.
Howdy. That is, I think, the perfect word to sum it all up. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Angie. Where can people find Visit College Station?
Visit College Station is located at 1207 Texas Avenue. We're actually in the old fire station building that is in front and to the side of City Hall. And we do have a visitor center. And so somebody actually can come Monday through Saturday and come visit us if they
need merch.
Buy merch. Ask questions. We get back to that personal one-on-one where they can actually have a conversation with somebody on our team. We have amazing staff that has all kinds of information about what to do and where to go that you may not find in the insider guide, or maybe you need a little extra help. But yeah, it's a pretty great place.
Well, thank you again so much for being here today.
Thanks, Grace.
And that's what's up.